Hi everyone, this is Wani and welcome to Wani's house. Today's video is going to be a Q&A video. I asked you guys a couple of weeks ago to leave me some questions, and it was in the Let's Chat video. And so I got quite a few questions that were asked of me, and I'm going to go ahead and start answering them. Okay, so our first question came from Lady Nick, Talktown, Brazard, and her question is, she says, I'm building a small business network and I would like to know about your professional event planning perspective. You may have done this type of video before. What restaurants would you recommend for a girls' night in Atlanta? Okay, so event planning for me in Atlanta is very different than event planning for me in Los Angeles. I think it's really different. Atlanta, as far as event planners, can be really difficult. I thought that it would be a little more easier being African American, but sometimes, like I said, Atlanta can be kind of cliquey. And so everyone is about who you know. So networking here is very, very important. It is not necessarily what you know, but it is definitely who you know. And everybody here knows somebody else who knows someone else who can help you. So I think that in my experience event planning in Los Angeles, it was just more or less through organizations, and that's how you became known, and more word of mouth, that's how you became known. But here I think there are a lot of opportunities here if you want to be independent, an independent type event coordinator or event planner here. But once again, you have to have the time and the energy to get out there and start really networking. When I first moved back home to Atlanta, I thought it would be really easy for me to just pick up and do the same types of things that I was doing in California, and I wouldn't necessarily have to go back and work at somebody's corporate facility per se. But like I said, I learned very quickly that it's two different types of businesses, seriously. So regarding places for girls' night in Atlanta, I would suggest see some places that we have gone to. Most recently we went to BQE, and I put up a video last week of our time at BQE. Some of my other girlfriends had gone there before. I had not gone. The times that they had gone, I wasn't able to go. I had an event, but I really enjoyed myself there. Now the thing about BQE, I'm not sure how it is on a Sunday, but on Saturdays from their brunch, actually all through the evening, it is like a party atmosphere, and they call them day parties. So it was a really great place to go. Also, another place that I would suggest for a girls' day would be, now another place that I would recommend for a girls' night, if you guys just want to hang out and get together and just kind of dance a little bit, is Boogaloo. I really love the vibe of Boogaloo. I think I've spoke of it before, and it is a really funky type of restaurant atmosphere. At the bars they have swings, and it's really cool. Now if you want to do something more sophisticated, there are a couple of restaurants that are like my favorite, and one of them is 4th and Swift. It would be a great restaurant to go to maybe like celebrate a girlfriend's birthday or something like that, and you can ask for a private area and they would just they curtain it off. But it's really nice. It's really classy. The prices are, I would say, for an entree, for your meal and everything, you might spend $35, between $25, $35. So it's not that bad, but the atmosphere of the place is amazing. Another place that we've gone that we also liked was South City Kitchen. Really, really good. The fried chicken was excellent. Now, I think South City Kitchen is a little pricey for just like a southern type meal for fried chicken or whatever and collard greens, but the atmosphere is very, very nice. So those are some restaurants that we have gone to that I highly recommend. And like I said in my previous video, that I will begin to take you along with me and my girlfriends as we go out, and so you can actually see the restaurants yourself. Some of them we will be visiting for the first time, and so I will give you my reviews on those, and so you can kind of, if you're in the Atlanta area, you would kind of know what to look or what to expect. Okay, so thank you, Lady Nick Top Town. Okay, so this next question is from my girl, the Diva Spot 10. And let me see, how does your family and friends think of you doing YouTube videos? What made you do YouTube videos? Well, my family and friends are very, very supportive of me and my YouTube channel. Everyone knows, and I have a lot of my family who are subscribers to my channel. I also have a lot of my friends who are subscribed to my channel. I joked in there was an interview video that I did last week that I said that my daughter is my manager, and one of my girls, Fisha, she's my PR person, because they are on it. And I tell Fisha all the time, I'm like, girl, are you trying to pimp me? Because she always comes up with some kind of angle for me to do something. So yeah, but they are very, very supportive. Now the reason, I told you this before, the reason why I started doing YouTube was it was something to occupy my time, because my daughter and I, we're really, really close, and we do a lot of things together. And she was going to study abroad in Japan, and so I was going to be by myself. So she thought this would be a great outlet for me while she was gone. And you know, it really was. I've met some amazing friends. I've learned so much about myself, and it has been an amazing experience. So that is why I started my YouTube channel. So thank you, Miss Diva Spot. I really appreciate your question. Okay, so my next question is from my girl 334 Bama Girl, and she asked, she says, my question is, being that we are older than the average YouTuber are right now, what do you like and dislike about YouTube, especially when it comes to us? Well, the one thing that I like about YouTube is that you are able to meet people who you normally would never come in contact with. There are some people who you might just see on the street, and you know, depending on how you are, you probably wouldn't speak to them because you might prejudge them one way or another. But YouTube allows you to, you can really see a person's personality, and you kind of feel like you know people. So I have met some incredible women on YouTube, and so that's one thing that I like. Now, when we're talking about a certain type of demographic, one thing that I would like to see more of is that, yes, it is kind of hard when you're of a certain age, like you said, girl, and you see all the youngsters on here and their videos and the things that they're doing. Some things that they're doing, I mean, they're very innovative, but at a certain age, you don't feel comfortable doing that. So one issue that I had, and what I've seen lately, is that there has been a resurgence of like people, I mean women who are our age, who are showing that, you know, even though you're a certain age and you know, and you're what society might think you should do this, no, I am still foxy, I'm still fine, and I'm still fly regardless of my age. And one of those people is Tangy B. I love her channel, and she is just that. I love the way she dressed. I love her style. I love her ideas. And it is great because when I turned 40, I really had like, it was like I felt like conflicted because I knew who I was and I was comfortable in my skin, but for some reason other people expected me to dress and behave a certain kind of way. I was still the same person. I am still the same person who I was yesterday at 39 that I am at 40. So because I turned 40 doesn't mean that I should wear turtlenecks all up here and be all covered up. That is not me. So I love Tangy's personality. I love her style. My other lady who I love is, I like my girl Bama, 334 Bama girl. I love her ideas. I love her personality. She does like things that I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can pull that off. Some of her makeup and her wigs. You guys haven't seen me in my wigs yet. I'm gonna have to bring her out. But yes, she has really inspired me to like step out there and try different things with wigs. Even my husband likes me in my wigs. Yes. So, and another one who I love is Bipolar Max. I love her personality. I like the way she puts her clothes together. These women are phenomenal. So make sure you check them out. They are awesome. So it's Bipolar Max. There is Tangy B, and then my girl 334 Bama girl. Awesome women. Thank you, lady, for asking me that question. Now let me see. This question came from Anna Chamberlain, and she wants to know, I would like to hear how you and your husband met. Well, my husband and I met this Sunday. We would be married 12 years. We've been together 16 years. We met at the club, the place that they tell you don't bring nobody home from. And yeah, and actually I did not like him at all. At all. So I had a video, and I'm gonna link that below, because we did, it was like his side and her side, or he said, she said. It's titled something like that, but I'm gonna link that below, and so you can hear how our stories differed, but they were kind of the same. But yeah, we met at a club, and I did not like him, and he kept trying to get me to go out with him, and I turned him down for like 3 or 4 weeks. And I came, and I was sick. I was sick, but I wasn't sick enough not to go out. I just did not want to go out. I was not interested. And but I went out with him because my sister heard me over the phone telling him no, that I didn't want to go out. And she took the phone and said, yes, she is. She'll be ready. What time you want her to be ready? Well, the thing about that was, not only was I not interested in him, I wasn't interested in any guy, because I had not too long prior to meeting him, maybe like a year prior to meeting him, I was in a relationship and we broke up because everything about this person was a lie, and I found out that it was a lie. And so I was really heartbroken, and I kind of felt like all of my guards was down, and I felt like I was taken advantage of. And it's because everything that he built and showed me was a lie. So I kind of had to started second guessing myself. But I just did not want to be bothered with anybody. So yeah, so that's how we met. I was not supposed to go to the club. One of my other girlfriends begged me to go to this club in LA, and we met at Bistro 880 in Carson, California. I didn't want to go to Bistro. I like Bistro, don't get me wrong, but I didn't want to go to Bistro. I wanted to go to Little J's downtown because I wanted to meet a fireman. So that's another story. That was like 27, 28-year-old one. She was a mess. But so so yeah, we met at Bistro 880 in 2000. no, in 1999. So thank you, Anna, for asking me that question. And so the next question is from Barbara Mathis, and her question is, how long have you been married, and what do you do with your hair daily? Thanks. Well, I just said I've been married. This coming Sunday will be 12 years. We've been together 16 years. And daily, well, during the winter months, I can be more creative. I can kind of let my hair down more during the winter months because I sweat in my hair when it's really, really hot. So like winter and spring and in the fall, I can kind of let my hair down because I don't sweat during those times. So those usually might be the times that you will see my hair straightened, and because that's the time I get my ends clipped. But any other time, because I'm natural, I typically wear it up. I wear it curly. A lot of times I do a lot of wash and goes because I'm really, really hot, and so I will wash my hair and put in a conditioner. I'll just Bantu knot it really quick and let it stay for like 30 minutes and my hair is curly and I'm gone. So those are the types of things I do. So like now we're kind of getting a little warm right now. So I know by May, yeah, I will be doing a lot of wash and goes and a lot of two-strand twists and curly. So you won't see my hair straightened during those times of the year. So I really appreciate your question, lady. Okay, so this next question is from my girlfriend, Artistic Expressions by Elizabeth, and her question is, she'd love to know how you budget towards DIY home decorating and renovation projects. I want to know that too. Honestly, when there's something that I want, I just save towards it, and regardless of how long it may take me to get it, I'll save towards it. Now, one thing that I know a lot of people don't do, and my husband hates it, but I don't mind it. I will put things on layaway. So you know there's things you can put on layaway at TJ Maxx. Well, some TJ Maxxes and some Marshalls will allow you to put clothes and like comforters and things like that on layaway. But there are also some other stores that you can go to, and they don't really call it like layaway. They'll just like hold it. So if you need them to hold something for you for like 2 weeks, yes, you have to put down a deposit, and then you can come back. Like Burlington, you can actually do furniture type items at Burlington's. But yeah, so I'll put things on layaway as far as like home decor and things like that. I don't have a problem with that because one, sometimes, yes, I might have the money in my pocket, but I don't want to use it on that item right then. So if I have to put a portion of what I have to make sure my item is going to be there in the next 2 weeks or however long it's going to be, that's fine with me. I'll do that. Now, as far as big ticket items, like I said, I will save for them. And what I would normally try to do lately, I have not been able to do it because we have been having so much going on here. But I will always put a portion towards my that product or whatever it was. So if I wanted to buy a sofa or whatever the case may be, I would know however the amount of time I knew I wanted to get the sofa, then that is what I would do. Now, another thing that I have done is a lot of places has like 90 days same as cash and things like that. Now, I've done that, and those have worked for me, especially like times when I didn't have all the money that I needed, and if I could put a portion down and I get whatever I get, and long as I pay within the 90 days, there's no interest, we're good. Because one thing that I will not do is I don't pay interest. So those are just a couple of things that I have done to get the things that I wanted, and it has worked for me. And at the end, I don't have any bills. So I have done that at H.H. Gregg. I've done that at what's that? Brand Smart, I think. And I think that those are the only two places that I've done that. But it had worked for me, and I I did not incur any interest. Okay, and now my last question here is from my girlfriend Hope over at My Life Full of Hope. And her question is, she says, I'd like to know, how did you get started in event planning as a job or career? Did you take courses? Is there a certain job description or title to look for? She says, I noticed all the ones in my area close to Raleigh all want you to pack and unpack equipment, which is fine to a certain extent. Really enjoyed this video. Thanks for sharing. Okay, Hope. So first, how did I get started as in event planning? Well, I actually got, my background. I have a degree, a marketing degree, as well as a degree in business administration. So I always knew I wanted to do something that was like kind of PR related, but I started off wanting to be a fashion buyer. And when I realized how much math they have to do, let me tell you, girlfriend can't stand math. Even though I have to deal with math, dealing with event planners and dealing with caterers, but it's not the same type of math. That turned me off quickly. And so, but you don't have to actually attend a college or a university to become an event planner. What you can do is, there are a lot of like professional education courses out there at you can go to a community college and that you can take event planning or event coordinating courses if you like, and you will get a certification. I have a certification as a certified event and meeting planner from Cal State Dominguez Hills, and so you don't have to necessarily go to a college. Those type of courses, they generally last about 4 or 5 months, and it teaches you pretty much everything that can be taught in a classroom setting. Now, how did I really get started? It kind of just landed in my lap. I started working at the University of Southern California while I was in college, and we had a lot of events there, and one of my jobs was to just like plan events. It was more of an administrative assistant type position. So I would have these events that I would plan, and so the more I planned events, I had to become very, very creative, because they don't want the same thing. So I was asked to plan socials, different like theme parties. I had to have I just had to be really, really creative. And so after planning so many events, people started noticing that I was really, really good at it. And so as time went on, it was probably about a year and a half or so, the job was created for me to be the event coordinator. So in that position, because it was in California and because I worked for the cinema school, I was able to have access to all types of people in the entertainment industry. So I worked with the best caterers. We went back and forth on ideas on what I wanted to be served, what's the atmosphere that I was looking for, and I just had a rapport with them so much that I also used a lot of them for my outside events, which is what I was saying earlier in the video asking about event coordinator. In California, because people had begun to know me, I had like a following. So I had a relationship with the caterers. I had a relationship with several vendors, so as far as like linen and tables and chairs, and so I was able to call people and say, I need this, and it's not necessarily for this event here, but it might be an outside event. So I like that, and people began to know me word of mouth. So now as far as any other courses, that would be the first suggestion that I would say that you do, is if you could take like the professional development courses and meeting and event planning. That would be great. Now, the other thing that I would suggest that you do, if you can't do that, would be to call some of your local, like your botanical gardens, your hotels, and maybe see if you can come in and apprentice under their event planner. You will be amazed at the places that have event planner. Did you know Dave & Buster's has an event planner? Yes, they do. If you have a place like, what is it, like the Secret Door, they have an event planner. So it's like places that you wouldn't necessarily think of have event planners, your art galleries. Check those places out and maybe see if you can come in and shadow someone. Or maybe if you can meet someone at some of those places and ask them, you know, if you could like shadow them, or if they could be your mentor because this is what you're interested in. There have been a lot of times where sometimes there are things that you want to do and you're afraid to speak. And don't be afraid. If this is something that you're passionate about, that you're interested in, you know, ask about it, and maybe someone will kind of gel with you and they wouldn't mind you shadowing them. Now, the other thing that I looked in your area, and you have a lot of great resources. And if you wanted to do it the way that I did, is to go through a university. I saw several event planning or event coordinator positions at, I think I saw one at Duke, one at I can't think of it right now. But if you interested, I will send you what I saw. But there are a lot of them, and it will be great. And there were even some that said administrative assistants, but the job description was event planner. So look into that as well. And those jobs that's telling you about packing and unpacking equipment or whatever, those are not necessarily event. They might be like event companies, maybe like a rental company or whatever. It's not nothing that you would be sitting down and figuring out event logistics, doing timelines, working with your caterers or your rental companies, or you work with various departments trying to make sure that everything falls in place. Those aren't the type of event. They're not really event coordinators. So I hope that helps you. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to reach out to me. And there was one other thing that I thought about. There is an organization called, it's ISIS. It's the International Society of Special Events. And they're in a lot, well, I think majority large cities. So you can go to their meetings. They have them once a month, and each region has a meeting, and you can go as a guest. You don't have to pay to be a guest, but that's one way. If you're interested, you will be able to kind of see what other people in the industry are doing, and you're able to begin to network and let people know, I'm new to this is what I want to do. Matter of fact, I did that when I was moving back here to Atlanta, because I did not have any contacts in Atlanta anymore. I had not been home for like 17, 18 years, and no one I knew was in that type of had that type of job or knew anyone in that type of field. So I came here to go to one of my girlfriend's wedding when she graduated from grad school, and I also made an appointment. And it was, the great thing was that the timing was perfect, because I was able to go to the monthly regional meeting that they were having here in Atlanta, and I signed up as a guest. And I networked, and I met some incredible people who gave me the ins and outs of the business here in Atlanta, as well as I made a connection with a lady. She had an event planning company, and it was called Organized Chaos, and she kind of became my mentor. So those are like the types of relationships that you want to try to foster when you go to these type of events, or if you go to meet someone who does like wedding planning or any other type of corporate event planning. Those are types of relationships that you wanting to foster, because once again, like I said, it does not matter what you know. It matters who you know. And that reigns true for so many professions. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's not going to be too long, and if it is, I sincerely apologize. But I wanted to get this video out because I did ask you guys the question, and you did ask, and you did what I asked you to do. You asked me questions. So I am going to go ahead and end this video. But if you like this video, I would appreciate if you give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below to let me know what you thought about this. And lastly, if you're new to O&A's house, don't forget to subscribe, and I will link the subscribe button and place it right here. So guys, I am going to end this video, but you know what I always say, the next time you're in town, you can always stop by O&A's house, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.